Combining a couple of news items that took place this past weekend at Daytona and the lead up or during or post Daytona 500, there was a Daytona Beach resident who left aggressive messages to a NASCAR executive and was firing a gun in a video. They tracked down a gentleman named Adrian Morales at an apartment complex located across from Daytona International Speedway. Was taken into custody the day before the Daytona 500. This gentleman was allegedly shooting an AR-15 assault rifle and was quoted saying, "This is what's in store." The Volusia Sheriff's Office stated the new threats were not directed at a NASCAR executive, but Morales' proximity to the racetrack was concerning due to past messages and grievances. He's been ordered to be held in jail without bond, so that's one aspect. And then there were a couple of fans that tried to make things a bit uncomfortable and referencing certain people. There was a post-race interview for Daniel Suarez this year driving for Spire Motorsports, and a fan ran in and shouted 47 baby, which some or a lot within the media that covers the sport are making to a reference to the current U.S. president. Other people are trying to make a reach to say that it was a nod to Ricky Stenhouse Jr., who had finished second in the race, but as much as people may want to believe that, he ain't that popular. But there's no excuse to act like this. And then there was supposedly a fan scattering ashes on the track during the final lap of the Daytona 500. So a lot of weird and unusual behaviors going on during the weekend at Daytona, on a weekend that saw a lot of positives take place for NASCAR, a lot of good news in a time where there's been a lot of negative, a lot of bad going on in the world, and a lot of bad people seemingly being emboldened. Daytona was supposed to be a respite, and for a lot of teams and a lot of individuals it was. They had a great time and it was a great weekend and sold out crowds and everything, but it's just a reminder of how fragile that can be in terms of having that freedom and having that ability to have access when you have a few people who decide they want to go and make it